It's another beautiful day on your favorite health TV talk show, The Physicians, where your health is our business. Today we're talking on a very important topic that is very dear to our heart as a nation and of course globally. And it's no other topic than the telltale signs of substance abuse and depression among the youths. But before then, my name is Dr. MAYMUNAH YUSUF KADIRI, and of course my co-host is...
My name is Dr. MARTINA. AGBERIEN. Welcome to The Physicians, where your health is our business.
And will always be our business. So today we are dwelling into this topic, the telltale signs of substance abuse and depression among youth. And it's because of the things that we are seeing, the current trend. We are just coming out of what we call COVID-19. In fact, the World Health Organization is telling us that yes, we are coming out of it, but there are other things we should be looking out for. But we are seeing a trend. Okay,
so Dr. MAYMUNAH, I want us to go like this. You are a psychiatrist, you are a psychotherapist also, yes. And you have been exposed, or rather still exposed to seeing a lot of these patients, right?
Yeah.
And the dealing with the families.
Exactly.
I want you to give us a particular instance of the ones that you have managed, and let's take it from the family angle to the patients. Which one came first? Was it the child that presented first, or the parents recognized and called your attention? So let's take a story, and we'll deep dive into that story.
I like the way we are looking at this. Yeah, whether it's a parent that presented or the child presented, I've had both instances.
Okay. So let's talk about the one that was most troubling.
Okay, good. As a parent, I'm worried. We are still seeing a trend of lots of parents in denial. And I think that is the most troubling of all. You know that your child is, or your child has changed or is changing, and you are still telling yourself,
it's not true.
It's not true. And why am I saying it's denial? Because when you sit down with such parents on the long run, or when they eventually get to my facility, they know, they're telling me, I know, if I saw even say specific date and time and what the child was doing.
But they just don't want to accept
or admit it. Some are even telling me, but other children are doing it. Why is my own different? Some are telling me, oh, the child will outgrow it. Some are telling me, oh, there's God. God is in control. I'm going to fast and pray. We are going to go to the mountain. And I'm like, you are not understanding this. Our brains do not stop developing until we are in our mid-20s. We're talking of a child that is just 14, 15, or 16. That means this child still has more than 10, 12 years, 15 years ahead. And why are you saying that the child, it's not possible that the child will outgrow it? It's not going to outgrow it.
So what are these things that represent?
Good. So for me, I see some very common things that we are overlooking. For example, why will your child, who I know is your child, right? And you have daddy-mommy relationship, daddy-son relationship, or mommy-daughter relationship. And the child all of a sudden is telling you, don't come into my room unless you knock.
That is a signal.
I understand the angle of respect.
It never used to happen before.
Yes, I understand the angle of respect, right?
I agree, the angle of respect, but also consider the relationship.
The relationship, yes.
They have been very cordial.
Yeah, very cordial.
Open to each other.
Exactly.
And suddenly,
suddenly
it comes up, yeah.
And then you are wondering, why is the child, all of a sudden demanding that you must knock before you open his or her room?
Dr. May, the truth is, if a child tells you that, as a parent, as a mother or father, your daughter or your son tells you that, the first thing is, instinct is, what's going on here?
Exactly.
That instinct is important.
Very.
For you to have reacted that way, it means something
is wrong. And that's what I told my
So you must listen to your instinct.
Why is this child suddenly bringing on board such? Sit with that child, listen to the child not judgmentally, and know why the child is going through that route.
Then for a smart parent, when you hear that, and you say your instinct tells you something is wrong, it's not for you to react immediately. Exactly. It's a time for you to sit back and begin to, what is going on? 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 What is going on
yes, what it is
What
that
it
they are.
is, yes,
No,
that's going on.
a lot of times I find that parents will shout, we maybe even hit the child or talk down to the child or make the child even, you know, feel like this is my house, whatever. When you now get your own house, you can do whatever you like. And that is not it. So parents need to understand that. Sit down, have that discussion, in fact, hard conversation, and let them know. Okay. Another telltale sign we should also look at is when all of a sudden your child has started chewing gum, licking all manner of different sweets, you should be worried.
They're trying to cover up for something.
Yes. Sometimes it could be that the child has started taking a substance or smoking or drinking, and they don't want you to perceive that. And so the child is licking a different thing at any different time. It may not even be sweet, it may be the other mentholated kind of a candy.
Yeah.
You should be concerned.
Another thing that I also noticed is the child is not eating regularly, weight loss.
Yes.
And the child will tell you, I'm keeping fit, I'm trying to watch my
Claiming,
weight.
especially the
Claiming
girls.
that I'm trying to watch my weight.
Exactly.
But it's actually substance.
It could be substance,
Yeah.
it could even be anorexia nervosa they are developing because they want to follow the trend in social media. They want to look like that ideal model in the developed world. So they do not want to allow the curves and the body that God has given them. So they starve themselves. They even eat and induce vomiting.
So that has
Eating
that
disorder.
is actually being deliberate.
Yes.
About
And it's a mental health disorder.
Of course, anorexia nervosa. It's actually irreversible.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it could be
It's
disastrous.
It's disastrous. That it has to do with weight loss, being
Exactly.
deliberate about
Being
it,
deliberate.
and not eating.
Yeah.
Now we're concentrating on depression and substance abuse. So you told us now about a child just probably, we're talking about the telltale signs, right?
Exactly.
Okay, don't come to my room. You must take permission before you even knock. Then I'll tell you when to come in. What other things have you noticed?
When all of a sudden, so the word I would tell parents is change. Okay. Because the thing is that in all these things we are talking about is change that they noticed. And if it's a good change, most times you are not worried. It's when the change is not good that you are like, what is happening here? So some of the things that they should also be worried about is the fact that if you have one of the family values whereby every Sunday after, depend on the service, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Christian, you have these rituals that by 1 p.m. or 12 noon or 2 p.m. you must sit down at the table and have family lunch. And the child is making him or herself absent week in, week out. Watch that. The child all of a sudden spends like 30 minutes, 1 hour in the bathroom. Watch that. The child all of a sudden either is withdrawing or becoming very aggressive. Watch that. These are some of the telltale signs. Don't just assume that, oh, it's a mother. Because some parents, I've seen a mother just telling me that, oh, the child is because of her period, that is why she started behaving that way. We have a rule in our organization. Once you walk in as a young person, we screen you for substance. Because the reason why you may be behaving the way you are behaving, your parents are worried, could be substance induced, whether knowingly or unknowingly. So those signs of not being present for family rituals, yes, stay in the bathroom for so long, locking themselves up in the room, whether you call, you bang the door, they will open it whenever they think it's okay for them to open it, getting withdrawn to themselves, or even becoming angry more, or even throwing tantrums. Mood swings. Those are some of the things that we should also be. And it could swing, whether it is substance or whether it's depression. It can swing either which way. And parents need to note that. And because we are parents, we are not professionals. It can be overwhelming when you are trying to do what you are not trained for. And you don't know when you cross the line. Because it's very easy for you to say, oh, let's pray and fast. You have a roof over your head. I pay so for your school fees. You are better than average child on the street. Okay. What is your problem? You are behaving anyhow. In fact, some mothers will even say, it's the way your father is behaving. That is your father's family. That's the way you are behaving that way. Okay. That is not the time for that.
Then coming to talk about substance abuse, right? Yeah. Coming to, because we know that these days, even when they go to parties, they try to list these things. Right. Children that are not even aware. Yeah. It's for parents to even be more attentive.
Exactly.
Okay, be more observant. Who are the people that your children are associating with? Who are their friends? Do you know them? Yeah. Okay, so these days, even when I pray, apart from praying that such things be separated, I also pray for the children
around,
also.
yeah, because
you can't pray for only your own
child.
You must pray for the other child.
Yeah, exactly.
People, so that because it must rubbing, okay? Then for those that feel when you're having a conversation, suddenly the child becomes emotional or starts to cry.
Because maybe the child can relate to what you are saying. The child might have even been traumatized, and this is the first time he or she is getting somebody who is listening to him or her, not judgmentally, and showing empathy. And that way, that is a telltale sign to say this child you need to create a safe space for this child to open up and speak to you.
Exactly, because most times they are bottled up, they want to speak out, but you don't even give them the opportunity. So watch out for the children when they say, okay, I don't want to say anything. Okay, I just want to keep quiet.
Open-ended questions are the best way to say. If you don't even have any word to say, dear parents out there, just tell the child, I'm here. Or just tell the child, I'm here to listen when and if you are ready to talk. Just tell the child, mommy loves you deeply, and mommy wouldn't judge you, and mommy wouldn't criticize you, and mommy wouldn't be apostolic towards you. Let's have this discussion. You know, so just be calm. Just let the child love. Let the child know that you are there to listen to understand, not necessarily listening to
because the child is already feeling somehow.
Yes.
And from outside,
and then coming
in here, you are still antagonizing the child.
I think at this point in time, let us go on break. Keeping up with the physicians, talk to us about these telltale signs you've noticed in your child, friends, well, even the children in your neighborhood. Speak to us. Let us know what are those troubling things, because we are now saying, parents, let's come together and talk to ourselves, because it's getting out of hand the way a parent B is doing and a parent C is doing, and you think that your child is protected. Your child is not protected. We'll be right back after this time out. Do stay tuned.
So when we're talking about depression, is a bad feeling come from either parent or surrounding anyone around you. It's just like a feeling when you are unhappy. So for you to go through things, you got some things you go through, pass through, that will make you feel that, will I just drop down or I continue hustling, continue struggling. So once you are around me, you know that this guy is not happy. It will show in my face that I'm in a sad mood. So by looking, he's presentable, you know that this man is not comfortable.
Every day and in every way, enjoy that I fight support. No matter the role you play, nutrient pack supplements for you and me. In your body, that I fight you.
Darvite Nutritional Supplement is loaded with essential multivitamins, minerals, and natural ingredients that helps you to be at your best. Darvite from LB Pharma. Darvite, love yourself.
Welcome back if you are just joining us. This is your favorite health TV talk show, The Physicians, where your health is our business. Today we are speaking on the telltale signs of substance abuse and depression among youths. And before we went on break, we were telling you things that you should note, things that you should watch out. And with one watch word that you must know, whether you are a parent, you are a guardian, you are a concerned citizen, is the word change. What has changed in your child that you noticed today that wasn't there yesterday, and if you do not take the necessary steps, could escalate tomorrow? And some of these things are like the child telling you to knock on their door before they come in, the child locking themselves in and not allowing to come in, the child having his or her bath longer than before, the child refusing to join the family to eat, the child withdrawing to him or herself, the child becoming more angry or even throwing tantrum, the child deliberately losing weight and say this is a new fashion in town. The child now licking candy and taking things just to make sure that you perceive something really nice, or even using perfume excessively. These are some of the telltale signs we are now saying, parents, come closer. Let us not whisper to ourselves anymore. Let us sit down and have this round table discussion, because my child will be affected if your child is not doing the right thing. So not time to start playing the ostrich anymore. It's time to tell ourselves the truth, and it's time for us to stop guilt-tripping ourselves and face the reality. Dr. Martina, one very important thing I want to talk about before we move on, because I know we have something very key that we want parents to know, is the fact that there was this young man who takes green tea, in quote, that was some years back, in quote, green tea. Of course, the mom just felt it was green tea. Yeah. After it's green tea. So, but a day came and the mom said, I want to take that green tea. And that's one thing parents you must know. If your child is refusing you to taste what he or she is taking, it's a telltale sign. So she told the child I wanted to say, no, mommy, this is not for you. No, it's not possible. So what then happened?
And what did the mother do?
Fast forward, some weeks later, the mother received a call. The university called the mom. What happened? After taking his green tea at home, when he got to school, he smoked one. No, he smoked. So I think there was it counteracted. Maybe the one he smoked was laced or something. And then the mom said, never, my child can never do drugs. It's not possible. Long story short, because we have a lot to talk about, is that when they screened this boy, he had what we call 9-tetrahydrocannabinoid positive in his system, meaning he is taking marijuana, igbo, weed, and all that. Then the mother said it's not possible, and it was still arguing. So she now later found out that the box, that he had a box in his room whereby he keeps these dry leaves. Okay. So he brought the box. That was when they knew it was marijuana. Then she then realized that in a in the greenhouse in the house, he has planted marijuana, and the mother was weeding around the weed. Let me repeat it. The mother was weeding around the weed, not knowing that that was a plant for marijuana. Anytime it grows, he removes them, dries them, and puts them in the box. And so these are the things we're talking about.
So we have to be very, very careful and more observant.
And if something tells you something is wrong, something is wrong. Okay,
so still talking about the telltale signs of substance abuse and depression. Let's not limit ourselves to the ones we have here.
Right.
Children abroad. Whew. Children abroad. First and foremost, the telltale sign is a child who suddenly stops communicating.
It's a big
problem.
Big problem.
You're calling the child, maybe you call the child 3-4 times a week. Or the child calls. Suddenly you are calling this child and the child is not responding to your calls.
In fact, I think one thing parents must know, if you are taking a child to any country that you do not have a passport for, that you can just jump into the plane and get there, whichever country, whether it's Europe, whether it is America, whether it's Canada, make sure you have a visa to that country. So that if anything, you are right. Because we have children that went to school during COVID. For the past 3-4 years, their parents, no, not the father, not the mother, has ever visited. Remember that when we take our children for holidays, we go during summer. Yeah. We don't go during winter, autumn, spring, and now this children are experiencing the whole season. We know what cold is. There's what we call seasonal affective disorder, and it's commoner during winter period. I've never experienced winter. If you tell me to travel during winter, I'm like, no way.
Even when I do, I stay indoors.
Yes, exactly. Not to talk of a child that will now have to go to school. So these are the things. If the child is no longer picking your call, that's a big problem. And parents, we also have to make sure that you know your child's school portal.
Exactly. And you have the code.
You have the code.
One thing that is certain is because of the rights that they have over there, they don't allow you, the parents, have access.
Exactly.
They only give access to the children.
Yeah.
So when you call the school directly, the school will tell you, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Let your child communicate. Even I tell you something that happened. We're going to pay fees, okay? And they will need the school account. So I called the school, and the school said, well, you just got the admission then. And it says, well, thank you very much for calling, but let your child give you that information.
Imagine.
Or give us the access.
That's it.
And I said to him, like,
that's their policy.
I'm the one paying the bills. So
it doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter. So what you do as a parent ensure you ask your child to give you a code.
Exactly.
You must do that because, and one thing is, even the child gives you that code, by the time you log in, they will still send a message to the child.
I mean, just doesn't have to face it,
yes.
then you still don't have and this is where the communication is
because
key. Because your child can give you a number that you can communicate, the child also has another number.
Yes.
So how are you a parent and also a friend to your child? Right. And letting them feel safe with you to communicate with you is very important. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to lose that child. You don't want to retire and be running around rehabilitation centers just because you felt that you didn't do something right.
That is very good. Telltale signs.
Yes.
So we'll keep our heads on telltale signs.
Yes.
Okay, so for children that are actually still abroad, the system is not the same.
It's not.
They're going through a whole lot. We are moving them from the normal system that they used to another system totally entirely different. The curriculum is totally different. And now the child is finding it difficult to even acclimatize. Culture shock. And the barrier is a lot. Then suddenly the child's academic she's not doing well, or he's not doing well, and begins to calm down. Depression sets in.
Seriously.
The child is depressed, the child no longer goes for lectures, and you are here in Nigeria struggling to pay fees. You send money down to the child.
And the child is not in school. I know quite a number of children that are currently not in school right now.
The child will even tell you some stories, that cock and bull stories, that you can't pay directly to the school. You send the money to the child.
Their child account, and you are just fueling or enabling him or her own habits.
And one thing is these children are very smart.
They are.
So and their friends are also very smart. So if you think you want to go through the friends, they'll cover.
They'll cover. So
instead, they want to do things among themselves to encourage themselves. Let's do that. But they don't even know that when the parents come in, they will try. But then, if you are a parent that is not actually able to keep up with your child, the child will not open up to you. They will not. If you are a parent that is always very cantankerous, you don't encourage the child, you don't even follow up.
No. Let me speak as a Gen Z now, African parent. If you keep behaving like an African parent to your child you have sent abroad, there's a big issue. In as much as we want to keep our culture, our religion, our values, you must also understand them. They want us to participate in what they are doing. They want us to keep trend with what they are doing. I know you are struggling to make sure you have the money and all that, but also pay attention. Also listen to them, not judgmental. Also communicate with them. There's nothing wrong in you setting an alarm and say, at this time, I want to talk to my child every day or every other day or twice a week or whatever. The child will know. Visit that child. Communicate with that child. Have a guardian if you can, but not everybody you have. Even if you have guardian, you will not get the right one. So just make sure you do all the things you're supposed to do, and and see that your child tries.
I think the good thing is parents should try as much as possible to keep a cordial relationship with their children. Because a situation, the parents are also going through a lot, MAYMUNAH.
Are you telling me?
A situation where a mother tells her daughter, this thing that you're doing, this outfit you're wearing is not good, and the daughter just refuses and brings it on social media and tells everyone, look at what my mother is saying.
We've seen that a couple of times.
Look at somebody who just did this. And the phrase, everyone on social media starts to abuse that woman. The mother. Meanwhile, the mother is saying like, everything.
Is this what my child is saying about me?
Yes. So it's a very depressive
situation.
Create
a safe space for your child. To be able to come speak to you as a friend. To be able to, open up to you. And you, the parent, I know you are a parent, but at that point in time, listen to your child and don't judge, don't criticize, don't be apostolic, and urge them on if they are saying some things that you think are very annoying. Because we have the issue of sexual orientation now. Sure. It's a big issue. This is not
that's a topic.
That's a topic for because we are talking about substance abuse and depression now. And parents, like African parents, can't take it. They will tell you that no, it's not possible for their dead body, and the child will tell you you will die.
Dr. May, one other thing that I want to say is for parents, okay, especially when your child is not here with you. One thing that you can also do, ensure that you give at least a call. Make sure, even if it's WhatsApp call, do it regularly. And do video call.
See your child.
Video call.
See your child. Before it's a telltale sign if your child refuses to come to video
call. Do a video call.
Do
a video call. They can also do this Zoom meeting, family meeting. Put on your videos and begin to discuss.
Call your other kids. And let us have that family
challenges.
Once in a while, if it's once a week. If you ask me, I speak with my daughter outside the country every day, and people are asking me, how am I doing it? what I see.
You know.
What I see, what I've experienced. I'm like, look, let's talk.
Yes.
Let's talk. And she's now so, initially she felt I was like, mommy, why every day? But now she looks forward to she calls. Mommy, are you not awake? Mommy, let's talk.
Apart from that, apart from even speaking with them, ensure that they're part of your
community.
The community.
Yeah.
For us, for instance, apart from speaking with these children, we have our Bible study every Saturday as a community.
Yes.
So on Saturday,
it's one of the family values.
Of course, they shouldn't leave that particular thing that they brought up. We say, bring up your children in the way of the Lord, and they will not depart from it. Okay?
When they grow
So on
up,
Saturday, we have a private Bible study normally. So I ensure that I send them the link. So they all key in. So at the end, most times when I say, so what were the things that you got from this Bible study? You understand? Yeah. Those are the little ways you can also, even if you're not there, these are the little ways
that can keep them grounded. So we are not saying parents, you're bad. We're not saying we are the good parents.
No.
We are not playing that. We are saying different things. Yes, we are saying as parents, let us start having these hard conversations. Let us start telling ourselves the truth. Let us stop playing the ostrich.
It's not about paying the fees.
Yeah. No. It's not paying the fees is just 1 out of 10. You have to do much more. Visit them regularly, call them, be there for them, support them in their dreams and aspirations, and just notice any telltale signs. So that if they need help, get them help. And please, I'm speaking now as a psychiatrist and a therapist. If and when your child ever needs therapy, and he or she comes to you and says, Mom, Dad, I need therapy, get them therapy. Stop saying that children don't get depressed. Half of all mental illnesses start before the age of 14 and 2/3 before the age of 24. So children do get depressed. On this note, my name remains Dr. MAYMUNAH YUSUF KADIRI. Till next time, remain blessed.
Don't say it's not my portion. It's not your portion, it's not my portion. Then whose portion is it? It's everyone's portion. It takes a team to bring up a child. It takes a community to bring up children. Please try as much as possible to ensure you keep a date with your children. Don't leave them alone. Support them. You are all they know. They started with you because as a parent you gave birth to them. They started with you. They grew up in your own arms, in your setting, before you let them out. Don't leave them. Always ensure you keep a date with them. Keep a tab with them. Give them the listening ears. If you don't listen to them, who would listen to them outside? No other person but you. On this note, I want to say thank you for keeping a date with us on your irregular health TV talk show, The Physicians, where your health is our business and will always be our business. Follow us on our social media platforms, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. And if you want to be part of this program, just a click away. Just go to our website and send us an email. Stay blessed. My name remains Dr. MARTINA AGBERIEN.